Hello, hello, third grade. Today we are going to be rounding to our tens places. And so that is what we are going to talk about today. So, first of all, you're going to ask me, why? Why are we rounding to tens places, Miss Erickson? Why is it important? Very first reason, it makes things so much friendlier. You can tell what you're going to be getting as an answer. And when we estimate, that is when we're going to use it. So today we're going to work on rounding to our tens. Of course, we all know our tens. We got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And then, of course, we have our 100 just because that is what is going to be next. So we are going to be looking at the place value of a number. So, for example, we have the number 25. And with the number 25, we're going to go over the fact that the 2 is in the ones place. I'm going to put a little dot. And the 5 is in, what am I talking about? I'm sorry, I was backwards. The 2 is actually in the tens place. The 5 is in the ones place. So in our ones place, so for 25, see, Miss Erickson makes mistakes too. And our 5 is going to determine whether or not we round up or down. So for 25, that number, the very first thing we're going to do is determine what two tens places we're between. So we know that 25 is going to be between 20 and 30. So what we are going to determine is, dun, 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 is it closer to 20 or is it closer to 30? Now, the 5s are super tricky because if you looked at it on a number line, it's going to be directly in the middle. So I have a little quote for you, and it says, if it is 5 through 9, meaning the numbers, you're going to climb the vine. You're going to go up. The number is going to round up. So 5 through 9, you're going to climb the vine. 0 through 4, you're going to stay on the floor, meaning you're going to stay at the number that's already right there in the tens place. So for 25, since that's my example currently, 25 is going to round up to 30. So that's the first example that I have. For another example, we're going to go with 32. So again, I'm going to underline, actually I'm going to circle my ones, because that is going to help me determine whether or not I'm going up or I'm staying down. And our 3, I'm going to underline, because we know we're going to be finding this number. Is it closer to 30 or is it closer to 40? With that being said, 5 through 9, climb the vine. Well, we know it's not 5 through 9. 0 through 4, we're going to stay on the floor. So 32, instead of being rounded up to 40, would stay closer to 30. So we have that. So 32 is closer to 30. If we were to estimate, we would say we're estimating with 30 if we are in the tens place. Now, I want to make this tricky, and we're going to go to a hundreds question. So let's say our number is 564. 564 is our number. We have our 4 in the 1 spot. I should be circling that. We have our 6 in the 10 spot. And remember, the 10 spot is what we are trying to determine. And then our 5 is in our 100 spot. I'm going to put a squiggle under that because we just aren't quite there yet. We are still rounding to the closest tens, not the closest hundreds. Okay? So we're going to be determining, is 564 closer to 560 or 570. So we circled the 4 because that's what's going to help us determine whether we are going up or we are staying down. So remember, 5 through 9, we climb the vine, and we are not. It's 0 through 4, so we're going to stay on the floor. So 564 is going to be closer to 560 rather than 570. So remember, 5 or more, 5 through 9, climb the vine. 0 through 4, stay on the floor. Make sure you are circling your 1 spot to help you determine whether or not you are going to go up or stay. And underline your 10 spot. That is going to help you when you are trying to decide what 2 10 spots you're going to be in between.